Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about 2-5, which is displaying and analyzing data. So there's a couple things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about line plots, stem and leaf plots, and then measures of mean, median, and mode. We'll talk about how to find those. Line plots. Line plots are an easy example of a good way to analyze data. And what you do for a line plot is you make a number line. So I'm going to number these from -2 all the way to 10. So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And all you have to do is just go through your data and you put an X or a dot above each one. 3, 2, 6, and 10. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just going through all these and I'm putting X's, or you can put dots. It doesn't matter as long as you're putting something. You put a triangle. You can put something that you know marks that there's something there. So that's all I'm doing right now is making sure I go through all these. And you use this kind of as a visual to see if I asked you, okay, which one had the most, you could easily see 7, 4, and 10 all had 3. Or I could be like, okay, which ones didn't have any? You could see 1 and 5 didn't have any. So it's a way to analyze data and kind of see how everything's looking. And like I said, we started with the smallest one and we went all the way up to the biggest one. We didn't have to go farther than that. Okay, a stem and leaf plot is another example to do that. And I'm going to make this a little smaller so we can save a little bit of time here. And for a stem and leaf plot, you have two parts. You have the stem and you have the leaf. Now the stem is the highest place value they all have in common. So if you look at here, they all have a tens place filled in. Okay, so we're going to start with the smallest tens place, which looks like 6. And we're going to go all the way up to the highest one, which looks like 10. And with the room they give you, you can spread it out pretty well. So we'll go 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then what you do is you put the second part of the number. So this stands for 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. And you put the second number after in from order from least to greatest. So we're going to go through and check. Looks like we have 62, 2 64s, and a 65. So 62, 2 64s, and a 65. That takes care of all my 60s. And then you do the same thing with 70. So we got a 70. Looks like we have a 72. And then you go to your 80s. Looks like we have an 80, an 82, an 84, an 86, and an 87. Then we have our 90s. So we have 96 and 2 98s. Oh, I missed a 68 in there, so I'm just going to put that in there real quick. And then you have 103, 104, and 108. And this is just another way you can use to analyze data, put it organized, so then you don't have a bunch of random numbers. You have stuff all scattered. You kind of have it in order, 62, 64, 64. Now, talking about mean, median, and mode, we got 3 measures. You got mean. If I asked you what the mean of all this data would be, you add them all together, and then you divide by the total amount, meaning how many there are total. So if I used 15 numbers in here, right here we have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 12, 15, 18. So I would add up all my 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100s, and I would divide it by 18. The median is the middle. So all you do for that is you take out the largest one, and then you take out the smallest one. Then you take out the next largest, next smallest, all the way down till you have 1. If you have 2 left, you add those together and then divide by 2. And then mode. Mode is the one that happens the most often, meaning if you look at these, which one happens the most? Well, 98 happens twice and 64 happens twice. So your mode would be both of those. Your mode is the ones that happen the most often. And if there's a tie, you just write them both. And that's line plots and stem and leaf plots in a nutshell. It's just adding things together and finding the measures of central tendency, which is mean, median, and mode. Thanks, guys. Hope that makes sense. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.